Okay, hello everybody. Today is Wednesday, September 5th. It's 3:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about 8 minutes before the regular session close. You see my computer clock on my right. On my left is the time and sales, the E-mini S&P, currently trading at 28.87. You see the trades going off here. This video is recorded in real time. Okay, so I mentioned that we're going to have a webinar, and we are going to do that, and the webinar is going to be on Wednesday, September 12th at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time after the New York Stock Exchange closes. So that's after the regular session of the U.S. trading markets. So I'm going to post a link in instructions to the webinar here. Okay, first up is the NASDAQ on a Super Renko 20. Okay, so if for some reason you can't copy this link, you can shoot me an email and I will send you the invitation via email. Okay, first up is the NASDAQ on a regular 20 Renko. Now this has actually been doing pretty well. I adjusted the settings on this, and I reduced the limit order size to 5 ticks. It was previously 8 or 9 ticks, and the goal on this is 2050. So it hit its goal with no slippage on 3 trades here. You can see 2 short trades, and this long trade here was a whipsaw and got stopped out. So anyway, this did really well today. You know, this is a pretty large time frame, but it caught this down move really well. These reversal Renko bars here, anytime you see on a regular Renko chart a bar in the other direction, such as this, would actually be a reversal, but this is being filtered out by our algorithm, and that keeps the bar red here. This would normally be a blue bar here, and this would be a red bar here, and that would be a whipsaw. Now, I could change the sensitivity of the algorithm that would make these bars red. That's certainly possible. But anyway, this had really great performance, hitting its goal on just 2 contracts in the NASDAQ. These are pretty large moves because these are 20-tick bars, so our entry here looks to be around 76.10 or 12, something like that, and then covered at 75.78 is where it got stopped out. My money management a little bit tight on this at 100 ticks. I'm trailing by 0 bars, so this was probably 100 ticks here. And then at 125 ticks, we're trailing. Well, it's the same here. At 135 ticks, trailing by 1 bar. So this was probably 100 ticks, I'm guessing. Okay, we saw the mid cap yesterday, and again today it caught a nice long position here and did 1490 for the day. Our goal on this is 1500, so this definitely hit its goal and had 1 tick of slippage. Okay, the DAX on a 377 Heikin-Ashi chart had a single long trade here and hit its goal of 1550 and probably had some slippage on this tail here. A really nice trade here. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 5-minute chart did 1445. Our goal on this is 1500, so this hit its goal and had some slippage. There was quite a ways to go here, as you can see, but still a solid trade on the NASDAQ, trading only 2 contracts. Okay, the DAX on the Super Renko 6-tick started out poorly, drew down about 250 per contract, and then recovered and came up to 1025 here. So this actually hit its goal. I lowered the goal on this one to 1040. So this came back and hit its goal, and this all happened in 30 minutes of trading, as this is a pretty small time frame. So an observation that I've made over the years is that usually the Autotrader has its best performance on most charts in the first couple of hours of trading, and this chart supports that theory. I call this the power hours, from the open of the session for the first 2 hours, say, first 2.5 hours. Anyway, the ES on a 987 tick line break chart did 1362, and our goal on this is 1300, so we had positive slippage on this run down. Well, actually on this long trade, this was the last trade here, but you can see this was achieved in the first hour or so of trading. Okay, next is the NASDAQ on a 987 Heikin-Ashi chart, and this had two losers here and drew down about 300 per contract, and then came back with a couple of solid winners to do 995. I think the goal on this is 1,000. Indeed it is. So this hit its goal, and notice all this happened in an hour and a half of trading. This starts a little bit early here. Actually, this starts at the London session, and I should probably change that to start at the US session, as would have had much more favorable results here. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Super Echo 4-tick, this is the one trading 3 contracts. This, I think, is shy of its goal. No, this hit its goal of 750, so this is only going for 250 a contract, and it did so in a couple of quick trades. This starts trading at 12:30 p.m. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Echo 7-tick had an equity high of about 750 and then drew down to minus 200. And note this first couple of trades here, and then in a relatively sideways market managed to gain it back and finish at 690 on 2 contracts. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a 5-minute chart did 425, and this money management here could probably be improved, as this was a really nice exit, but we have really liberal trailing stop on this to go for larger moves. This could have been double that. Both contracts exited here, but the money management is fairly liberal, so still 425 in the ES is good. Okay, the DAX on a 150-tick line break chart has been doing pretty well. This drew down about 400 per contract and then recovered to 687.50 on 2 contracts. And then finally, the gold on a 233 Heikin-Ashi chart had, looks like, 3 trades and finished at 480 for the day. That's all for today's video. I'll be announcing the webinar and the links every day from now till the webinar day, which will be 1 week from today.